Hello, I'm John Furrier, your host of theCUBE here in our CUBE New York Stock Exchange studio. Of course, we have our Palo Alto studio connecting Silicon Valley and Wall Street. Our two studios are access points for entrepreneurs, builders, advisors, and leaders. This is our mixture of experts series. Ginniee Singh is here. She's an advisor to an emerging venture and opportunity, SpikedAI. Ginniee, great to see you. Thanks for coming in to our NYSE studio.
Thank you for having me. It's such a pleasure to be chatting with you.
So last time we saw each other, we were having a glass of wine at your winery you're a member of, and we were talking about all the endeavors you're doing. Talk about this new opportunity and what you're working on. I think this is compelling.
You know, I can tell you there was never a dull moment. And coming from the high-tech organizations, I think that's what I can bring it towards the working with the Gen Zs. I'm really passionate about how I need to groom these Gen Zs, especially I see they're feeling the pinch these days. And that's what has actually driven my thought process to get into the advisory roles, where I can talk to them and be as, I would say, transparent as possible, build that trust with them, and take them to the next level of evolution. So as part of the Spiked AI, what we are trying to do is we're trying to change the sales DNA. Sales is still being run in the traditional ways. And with Spiked AI, what I am trying to do is I'm trying to reduce the cognitive workload. It's a simple conversation like you and I are having, but a conversation with an intent. It is how do you bring in the conversational side of the things, the computational side of the things, and also the context under that. So that's what we're trying to change. What happens is, you know, when I groom my teams all the day, as sales, what happens is we will forget something. We will realize that, oh my God, I did not answer this question properly. So it's always an after effect of these things. And what happens is during these conversations with the customers, within those 30 minutes, you want to maximize on your revenue potential. You want to give them, the customer, the feeling that you are trying to address their questions as an apt as possible. So that's what I am trying to do. I'm trying to give the customer the best feeling so that the customer stays with me in this conversation and doesn't go out of it. And I'm able to update my CRMs. You know, sometimes I call these CRMs as the iguanas.
Yeah.
And it just keeps adding the workload as we go back because the quality of input is going to be the quality of the output. So that's where I am today.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you know what's great is that part of this conversation is about the generative AI opportunity, and the Gen Zs are native to that. How is AI playing into it? Because you're seeing people look at platforms and they're building their own. So how are you looking at the technology piece of it, and how are the young builders that you're mentoring and advising thinking about that?
I think, you know, they come with no boundaries. They want to get to all these tools, experiment with that, and then they forget what happens. That's where I come in as an industry leader, bringing in that expertise to them. We bring the industry insights, they bring the technology insights. So it is the meeting of minds that happens out there because they come up with no boundaries, as I said. They will come and challenge me in every aspect and say, hey, I think I can solve for this problem. And that is the beauty of this is that how fast you can do these things, how intelligent you can do these things, and break those barriers out there.
Yeah. Talk about speed. Talk about the speed of execution, because you know we are living in an era where the humans are driving the human in the loop with AI. There's a human layer. CRM is an old mechanism, but there's all kinds of emotional context. Customers deserve better than a database.
Totally. The way I'm trying to position this is that what happens is, and I'll give you an example of my day to day. I go and input the data in the CRM. Somebody will go and read it, and it will be outdated very soon. What happens is we need to have these real-time conversations where we are inputting all these real conversations and converting them into conversions. That is what the CRM beauty is. CRM is your data source, but what happens in the intelligence layer and the conversations like these is how does the CRM get updated in real time is really important. So with Spiked AI, what we've done is we've been able to solve for these problems, and it's actually prodding me into ask me these questions, or somebody else has a different question. It's prodding me. It's actually helping me simulate the environment before and then come up with the real avenue and then take it forward and update that information in the CRM in real time.
I love the name of the company, Spike AI. It's like, football game when they get in the end zone, they spike the ball, or you've heard people, don't spike my drink with too much alcohol. I mean, it's like the word spike is a action word of, some sort of action. How is the AI working? Can you share your thoughts on how you see AI emerging in this? Because as more data comes in, that's an intelligent layer. You mentioned that. Every sales rep wants to spike the ball in the end zone after a touchdown or a goal.
I would say how AI is working. AI is actually helping me do my things in real time, bring that productivity into that. But at the end of the day, it needs to have a reasoning power onto that. And that's where I think we are all going wrong. We're trying to just go after the speed and productivity. We are not trying to use AI in the right way by which it can reason my aspects to it. And being a mathematician and a statistician, I think modeling comes naturally to me. And that's what I am trying to do is build all these LLMs and the SLMs under that, where we can reason with AI and it helps me be better at what I do.
Ginniee, talk about the project. Where is the status? Can you share the evolution? Is it out there? Are people using it? Is it funded? What's some of the data behind the venture?
Oh my God, John, you've actually stolen the words out of my mouth. It is at a very nascent level. It is at the minimum lovable product level. It's in the hands of few customers who are actually trying and who are going to be our design partners. And what I'm hearing from them is that it is reducing their cognitive workload. It is a game changer. Regarding the funding process, we've just started to kind of kick off some conversations. We want to get into the funding level so that we can bring this product tested and tried and bring it in front of our users as much as we can.
How do people get involved? What are you looking to do? What can people do? Where can they go? Share some coordinates and share what you guys are looking to do, and how do people get engaged?
That's actually a thoughtful question. I would say regarding the engagement, my idea is that we should get this in front of as many users as possible and as many CROs as possible, because the revenue officers all are worried about revenues. And in today's world, what happens is each rep needs to be like your top performer. What happens is only 25% of the team performs at that level. And there are many reasons to that. I wouldn't get into those details just yet. But what we want the users is get into the hands of the CFOs, get it into the hands of the revenue officers. Think like a CEO. That's what my mantra is. And I want each rep, each CRO to think like a CRO. So we want more and more users getting engaged and sharing their feedback process. So we're building that feedback loops as we go along into this conversation.
Ginniee, great to see you. Thanks for sharing on theCUBE here in our NYSE studios. And next time in Palo Alto, come visit us. We'll get you back on, but looking forward to collaborating more with you and your project. And thanks for spending the time.
Thanks for giving me this opportunity to chat with you, John. It's always amazing to meet. And also, I think that wine conversation is actually turning into Spiked AI now.
All right. It's great to have you on Silicon Valley to Wall Street. That's theCUBE. We're connecting the worlds from builders, early stage, to pre-IPO. We're bringing everyone into the Mixture of Experts series. Thanks for watching.